The Lake District's just getting a little bit too busy. So on this journey, I'm trying to find some spots that are totally out of the way of absolutely everybody. But there is a small little problem.
6'6" is the width restriction of the road that I want to be going down later. However, my van that I live in is 6'8" wide. There's the van parked all the way over there. Now, normally I would just disregard this park up on this road that I want to go down solely for that width restriction. However, when I was checking it out on Google Street View, I saw this, a Mercedes Sprinter parked up in the park up that I want to go to. If he can fit down there, so can I. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. Not just that, but where that 6'6" sign is underneath it, except for access. Number one is this car just here. So if you go forward on the Street View, that car's actually reversing to let the camera car go through. In my mind, that means it's really tight up there. Then further up the road, you've got this little sign here that says cattle grid. So if we go further up there, you can see the cattle grid just there. The problem is there's a big stone wall on each side of that cattle grid. Is that the 6'6" width restriction part? Am I going to struggle through there? We'll find out later. If that Sprinter can get up there, I should be able to. Problem is, I have slightly wider tyres on my van than what that Sprinter has. Now, because we saw all of those different cars doing reversing up and down that road to allow the camera car to go through, I've decided I'm going to wait off a little bit. It's currently about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's absolutely glorious here in the Lake District. But if I can leave it till about 7 o'clock, there shouldn't be as much traffic on the road and I might not cause any issues. We don't know just yet. Walking down this path, not only is there a ton of midges, but I normally see some deer. If you've watched my content quite a lot, you've seen me walk this path a few times.
We sometimes see them up on this ridge line.
We normally see the odd deer kicking around this section just here. I can't see anything yet, but when we walk back past it later, we might.
Then the ridge line that I normally see them at started to poke the odd one up. Check him out. He can hear every little movement I do. Maybe that's what spooked him off into the tree line again.
I think that's all we're going to see this early in the day. Let's get back to the van and actually measure it, just to double check the width.
All the way down there, comes up to there, and we're on 200 centimetres.
That makes the van 6'7" wide, but I'm going to add an extra inch just for the wheel arches and a bit of jiggery pokery if I am driving. So I'm 6'8". That's a 6'6" gap. It could be a 6'6" gap. We don't know. We're going to go down there now and have a look and see if we can get there. It's 20 minutes away, according to Google Maps. All we've got to do is press start if I didn't have fat finger syndrome. Yep, 20 minutes, let's go.
Doesn't Blencathra look absolutely stunning from this angle?
Oh, I do love the sight of Blencathra. With all those god rays coming down from the sun, oh, it just looks beautiful. Now, if you do ever get the chance to check out Blencathra, there's a route up there called Sharp Edge, and it's just like everyone raves about Striding Edge. That's a whole different kettle of fish. It's like Striding Edge, but near enough vertical. It's actually insane.
All the way down the A66 and then turn off at Bath and Wait.
Oh, this is a bit snug. This is a tiny village. There's the first blue sign that says width restriction, and that's the road we're currently about to go up. Now, the width restriction isn't here. I think it's as we turn left, you go over a narrow bridge, and I think there's another one, according to Google Street View anyway. I mean, could be anything, we never know. Just there's the other sign that says 6'6". Now I'm gonna have to take this wide because this van has horrendous steering. Look, there's your sign, 6'6", and that is one tight bridge, right? It's just tight because of the turn that I have to do, and then take it wide to go up over there, just like a glove. Oh yes. Now we've got the cattle grid. I think that's the next big challenge that I've got, apart from other cars coming in the middle of the road and stuff like that. Trick of this, you've got to keep in mind I'm a professional driver. Well, I was a professional driver, 17 years on the coaches and a few months on the trucks. So I'm just going to take it nice and slow. Just experience tells me if I can't see what's coming around the corner, just take it slow. All these low tree branches are getting very, very close to touching me solar panels on the roof. But the dreaded cattle grid is just round the corner. Beautiful view of cat bells from down here though. My plan has worked so far. We've not seen a single car and we've only got 0.7 of a mile left to go. There's the cattle grid. I've had the tape measure out and I've measured it. We can fit, so let's try and squeeze through.
Oh, now this is a snug little fit. You can hear all me parking sensors going mental. That's the sensors on the front and the sides.
Now I just need to hope that there's not any no parking signs up here. Don't think I'd like to park there right underneath that big landslide that's going on. It's only 0.4 of a mile up this road and it's wide enough provided other cars don't come past. But there's loads of pulling spots. I can see the park up and it looks like there's already a van there too. Yes, we got through.
Knowing that we got to the start of the actual mountain pass made me confident that we're going to be able to complete the whole mountain pass throughout the duration of this video. Later on, we're going to be doing it.
How beautiful is this spot? Skiddaw mountain range over there. More mountains there. There's the path up to Cat Bowls, which is just over there. And I've got some sheep. What an absolutely stunning park up. So there's the path that I'll be taking in the morning. That goes up round the back over here and all the way up over the mountains. My van fits. I don't wow, chuff. Just listen. I don't know how well you can hear it. Just birds. Sheep.
Let me quickly tell you about the sponsor of this video.
I've got a box up there that I've now got to open. Quite frankly, I got myself a new air fryer for this van. You see, in my last conversion, I only had one 200 amp hour battery, so I only had a 900 watt air fryer, and I could only use it sparingly. Whenever the batteries were truly full, then I'd be confident enough to use it. Now I've got 400 amp hours of battery in the back, and a much better electrical system. I can get a bigger air fryer. And I'm quite looking forward to this one. One, we've got a visual window directly in the front. It's just got everything we need. So let's get it out and sort of have a good look. It's a little bit bigger than I was thinking because I was hoping it'd go down in that bottom drawer just there. But we'll see whether it still will. It might just be all packaging and stuff. But this is a 1500 watt air fryer. So it's going to be able to cook things a bit quicker, a bit easier. Hopefully not use as much power because it won't be using it as much. It looks really, really nice. Exactly how it was advertised to me. And it's not as big as I was expecting. So it will fit down there perfectly fine. But we can air fry, bake, air roast, grill, reheat, dehydrate. Basically I can use this off-grid wherever I want now with my electrical system in my camper van. And look at the size of that capacity.
Could fit a full roast chicken in that.
It's called the Share-Free AFW01 air fryer. Let me tell you all about it. So it's 1500 watt with a 5 litre capacity. So down here you can see the on button. Just press that and then it comes up with all the different menus. You can press this button just here to go through all the different ones. You can see the air fryers flashing, set at 200. Then it's bake set at 150, air roast at 190, grill at 200, reheat at 170, dehydrate at 60 degrees. Go to the one you want and then you've got your start, stop, pause button just here. You can adjust it through pressing this one for the temperature and this one for your time. Down here you've got a light which you can turn on or off, and then you can see inside the actual air fryer itself. To stop it, just press off and it says end, cools itself down, then it's done. So I have never ever done toast in an air fryer. I've just never done it, never even thought it was possible, so we're going to give it a go. We close it, we turn it on, we go to the menu and go round to, I'm assuming, grill, and then press go.
Just turn the light on the inside so you can be able to see the bread actually toasted inside.
That means you basically don't have to keep pulling it out to check it and put it back in, pull it out, let it. When you pull it out and put it back in, it's lost some heat, so it has to recharge it, boost up the energy that it uses to be able to get it back to the right temperature to be able to use properly. With all the big instruction booklet that comes with it, you get 2 extra pieces of paper. This is a guide to how to basically air fry. If you want to do French fries, let's say you've got 500 grams, you don't need any preparation, you don't need to toss in any oil, 180 degrees, 20 minutes, done. So that gives you loads of different things that you can cook. And then here, you've got your full warranty card. How is it, Jacob?
Love it.
Yes. That's the Carefree AFW01 air fryer. I'll leave it all linked down in the description down below.
Without the support of sponsors, I won't be able to bring you the kind of content that I actually do. So thank you, Share-Free, for sponsoring this video.
Just a quick case now. Boil the kettle so I can do the washing up, so that I can have tea, so that I can make more mess to do more washing up.
There is method to the madness somewhere. It's like 9:30 now after finishing the washing up and everything. So it's too late to eat some tea. I'm just going to have a snack, I think. And a shave. Look at me now. To that. bit fresh. I'm happy with that.
I'm going to see you all in the morning. Oh, good morning. This is what 7:30 looks like when you wake up in your camper van in the Lake District. Just look at how beautiful that is. You've got Cat Bowles Mountains over there, Bleebury Fell behind it. Just absolutely gorgeous. And then you look over the other side and there's still a bit of cloud coming over the Skiddaw mountain range. It just looks absolutely breathtaking. Now, I'd love to just simply have a coffee, have beer granola bitch, and then just head on up the path that I need to head up to start the hike. But I can't. I forgot to put my phone on charge last night, and if you have a look at it down there, 1 hour and 34 minutes until it's fully charged. That's a lesson I learned not long ago. Make sure you've got a full battery on your phone when you start, or at least take a good power bank, which I'll do that as well. So I'll probably leave in about 1 hour. But in the meantime, I'm going to get myself one of my dinner plates, and that's because if you listen, there's an awful lot of birds around, and I've got some bird feed pellet, so I'm going to chuck them down and see what happens. I don't think it's going to work, but we're going to try. I'll try up near this tree just up here. We'll see what happens. Oh, that was quite a bit too much, but it's all good. There you go. I'll spread them out, and we'll see if the birds come down for it. That's where the bowl is, and there is some birds on it. It's wow cool. It's always good to give back to an area that you're actually staying in, especially if there's nothing around here to spend some money on. May as well feed the birds, or plant some wild bird seeds, or I don't know, just do something nice. If you're the same, why not subscribe?
While I'm waiting around for my phone and stuff to charge, I may as well charge my camera equipment. This hike, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a massive breakout, but this year, because I put so much weight on in my last job, I've not done a mountain. I've done a few big hills, but nothing that's actually declared as a mountain. And I used to do these big horseshoe walks all the time. This is going to be the first time I've actually done a mountain. I'm doing 7 of them in one hike. We're going to see how that one goes.
You don't know your limits until you test them, do you? Pre-hiking breakfast. Fruit and nut granola. Greek fat-free yogurt. Can't forget the gorgeous honey. If that bin lorry can fit down here, then that means I can fit down there for sure. Now that was a confidence booster. But this is the thing. Has that bin lorry just gone down to one of the farms? Or has it gone all the way down to Buttermere? We'll find out later, I guess, because that's where I'm planning on heading after this hike. Well, the military planes are back out in force again today. How cool is that? Oh, there you go. It's over there. You probably can't see it. Here's everything I think I'm going to be needing on this hike. So over here, straight away, sunglasses. I always end up looking like a panda, so I always have sunglasses. I've got my energy stuff just solely because this is the biggest hike I've done this year. Some camera stuff, drone batteries. There's the drone over there. I've got 2 hats. I'm only going to take one, but I don't know which one I'm actually going to take. Water, thick socks. That goes for that over there. I've got my water filter. I've got my knee brace because I have dodgy knees. Extra cables. I've got a first aid kit. I've got my walking boots down there. I've got my hiking pole and some cash in my pocket. I think that's everything covered. It's not going to rain, so I don't need my raincoat, but it's 13 degrees down the bottom here, and it's estimated to only be 3 degrees on the summits, so I might have to stick a hoodie on as well. And I've got to fit it all in my cool little hiking bag. You don't need anything massively expensive just to go for a walk in the mountains. This is the route that I've planned, and it looks fairly good. I mean, 16.89 kilometers, that's mega. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it all, just solely because I'm fat. And this is the graph of the elevation, which doesn't really concern me too much, except for this sharp drop right at the end. In my knowledge, there's a little tiny, like, well-trodden path coming down there. I think it's that, and that's a bit too steep. But I had a quick look on the actual route map itself. If we can click on that, and then zoom right the way into here, and I am right, it's this piece just here which comes down that big hill. I can always, because rolling end isn't a Wainwright, so I can just come down that path there instead, which will bring me out onto the road back down to where I'm parked up. But if I get to sort of outer side and then round over to Craig Hill, there's a trig point there, then I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going over to Grassmoor and Wands, whatever that's called, back over Scarcrag, or over to Causey Pike, which is a good one. That looks like a typical mountain. It's just a big solid point sticking up. I packed some extra food, chucked in some bug spray because apparently the ticks are quite rife around here at the minute, and let's see where we go. This hike is my nemesis. You see, I've tried this now 3 times. First time, smashed my knee up on Grisdale Pike just before the summit, had to come down. Second time, I had COVID, only got as far as Barrow, turned around, went back. And this will be my 3rd attempt. I'm really looking forward to seeing the view around this corner though. The view over to Cat Bowles looks absolutely menacing. Same for over the Skiddaw range too.
The view round the corner was absolutely breathtaking, but it wasn't long before the incline started. The more incline we do, the higher we get, the better the views get. But it wasn't long before the summit of the first Wainwright of this hike actually came into view. The wind was starting to increase.
The first of many final pushes up a hill today. Properly massive. I'm sat here in the shadow of the first Wainwright of the day, outer side. It's not quite a mountain, it's about 33 metres below, yeah. Anyway, it's not quite a mountain, but it's nearly a mountain, but it's still a Wainwright. I'm sort of just under that anyway. I've got a cracking view, because the higher you get, you start looking over other peaks. So there's Barrow, the one right in front of you basically. Over there you've got Skiddaw range, over there Derwent water just showing a little glimpse, and up there, that's one of the final ones I've got today. There's the summit of outer side. Wait until I show you the full 360-degree view of my 50th Wainwright. There we go. This is it. So we'll start off over this side. Oh, this is breathtaking. Just look, there's Derwent water. You've got Wallow Crag and a few of the mountains down there. That's stunning. I'll be up that one later, along with Scar Crag over there. Got a gnarly path going up Sale. I can't wait to show you that. I'll be doing that in a bit. Just look at that. That is the Coaldale Horseshoe. That's Grisdale Pike, where I smashed my knee to pieces. Wow. Over there, you've got Batham-Waite Lake, the only actual lake in the Lake District. The rest are all meres and waters and stuff. And there's the Skiddaw mountain range. What an absolute beautiful location. For my 50th ever Wainwright, this is epic. What a view. Let's head down and get up the next. We've got a bit of a gnarly path to walk going straight up there, and then from the top over there go up there, and there's an even gnarlier path going up there, and that's Sale. Then we'll go over to Craig Hill, which is sort of over that way. Then we're going to decide what to do. We can either go up there, round up over Grisdale, back down towards the road, or come back on ourselves and go back over Causey and a few others there. We'll see when we get up there. It doesn't look that gnarly on camera until you get right up to it and then start looking behind and see how steep the drop is on one side.
Instead of saying don't look down, we just don't look across. The path ended up turning into stairs, and then we slowly started to summit the gap in the middle. The wind started to pick up, but we started to get a good view of the gnarly looking path going up Sale. Now that we're more exposed, the wind was more in our face. It was absolute breathtaking views. This is what I love about the mountains. Every footstep higher you get, the views get even more breathtaking. It wasn't long up that path before we saw the summit of Sale.
Ooh, wind's a bit strong. What absolutely epic views you get from Sale until you turn around, and that's the path I've got to go up for the next one. You can even see the sea over the top of the mountains.
The path going up Craig Hill was a bit sketchy in this wind, but we made it up there anyway. This is the cracking view from the top of Craig Hill.
Now let's make our way back down the wibbly wobbly path, directly up that one in front of us. There's 2 more Wainwrights to do on top of there. Now, looking at the map, we've got Scar Crag next, and the bit that scares me the most is you can see the grid lines, how they just all come together. So that's like a ridge line by the looks of things, and it slowly gets even tighter and tighter until we get up to Causey Pike. Then Scar Crag itself is a Wainwright, Causey Pike is. Then we can come down this path and back the normal way. It looks narrow up there. I saw it when I was up the top of that one. This could be sketchy. While I'm having a minute with a bit of liquid lunch monster, I decided I'd check my daily steps and stuff like that, and check this out. So I've done 12,000 steps, and down here I've burnt 968 calories, 129 minutes. But there's a big but. This is me second can of go-go juice today, and the calories in this are 239. Top that off with a few of the bits and bobs of snacks and stuff I've had en route. I don't think I've lost any weight on this hike. Oh, what's this? It's like a gully. Right, how am I going to get over this? There's too much bog over there. piece there. I could make that jump. Can I make that jump? Yes. There we go. It's hard to think, just over an hour ago we were up on that top peak and then down onto the Wiggly Wagglies, and we've got some epic views, and now we're over on Scar Crag. I mean, just look at that sheer drop all the way down there. And that's the thin piece directly in front of us that I was on about, the little ridge thing. It looks quite spooky. Someone's just said there's a bit of scrambling up there too. I'm too fat for scrambling. I don't like this. I don't like this. It's a sheer drop on both sides. Jesus. I mean, just look at that. I mean, it's probably nowhere near as scary as I think it is, but I'm just mad scared of exposure and heights and falling to my complete and utter death. And I'm a drama queen by the sounds of things. One more final summit push and then I'm going to head down. I can feel my knees going a bit sort of jelly and I can feel it in my legs. One more push, that's it. Oh, there's the false summit. The one after has the actual summit. You can just see it coming into view. Right, let's head down. That's 5 summits I've done. I can't wait to get down and see how many steps I've done, but I think I'm about an hour and a half away from the van, maybe 2 hours. Got a bit of a bog field to sort of try and work our way through, so to speak. Eventually this path leads us down to the path that we were originally on, because that's outer side. That's the first mountain we've done this on this hike anyway. So we'll get down to that path and just follow it straight down. Should take us to the van. Is it too early to say the cold ale didn't beat me this time? Rest my weary knees for 20 minutes. Basically an excuse to have another break. It's unbelievable how many breaks I've had. When I get down, chill out for a bit. We've got a waterfall down the road I want to go and visit. Then head down towards a park up tonight down near Buttermere. Probably have a little wander around Buttermere. If it's early enough when I get down there, I might get the paddleboard out. We'll see. That's the joy with this lifestyle. You can do whatever you want, when you want, however you want to do it. Oh my God, my knees. Oh, they're aching. I've got a blister on the back of my foot as well, I think. You know, right on the back of the ankle. I don't know, I'll check that out when I get down there. Just a nice slow plod down. I say it like that, but it's a nice slow plod for about half a mile. Then it's to sit down for 10 minutes and rest my knees. So worth it though, isn't it? I mean, just look at how beautiful that is. What a good hike that was. Oh yes, I can see the van. Just behind the tree all the way down there. Looks like there's a few other vans down there. I was just speaking to the driver of the minibus that was there, the school bus driver, and I says, what's it like if I go up the Newlands Pass? He goes, what, in that? No, that's too nice of a van to go over there. Apparently there's a big steep hill with a big drop one side, a cliff the other side, single track, so only I can fit in it, and you've got a big brow on the hill, you can't see anything coming towards you. And I'm like, he said, you'll get over, it'll just be very exciting. So I might sack that off and go and look at something else. Here's one for you. Have I got panda eyes? Because oh God, it's bright. Top tip for you, I'm colourblind, so I can't tell if I've got panda eyes. Let me know in the comments down below. Jesus, 22,000 steps. For some people, that's not a lot. Hey, it says I've done 1,500 calories though. Bonus. I think it's time for a brew. Another local has just told me, he's a big van driver, he's come down here to do some cycling. And he's just said, yeah, you can fit up there perfectly fine. Just, it's going to be a bit tight squeezing past the traffic and stuff. And don't go up in the winter. And I've just gone through Google Street View, checked everything out up there. And it seems okay. There's one steep section. And there's a section where there's a drop off on one side. I'm just going to have to take it easy. The sat-nav says it's 12 minutes to get to the waterfall that I want to go to. So I think I'm going to get down there, then have a cup of tea. Fingers crossed everything works out well. I'm only a minute in and I've already had to do some fancy scooting reversing thing. I've let a car go past in front of me so that I can I know when they brake that I'm going to have to brake, something's coming. Let them take the brunt of it. Problem is I'm just going to have to keep up. And that's a local because they're flying. Definitely a tight little road, some tight squeezes. 2 mile away now, very, very tight squeezes. There we go. Let's keep going. I am properly loving this. I mean, it's a hell of a challenge, but I love a challenge. It's proper breathtaking scenery. It's a shame I can't properly look at it while I'm driving. This is taking so much concentration. Oh my God, the adrenaline is proper pumping through my body. This doesn't look like it's going to be massively tight. I'll go on the grass a bit. There we go. There's a Land Rover absolutely flying down. I'm going to get over while I can. This is insane. Right, there you go. He's got enough space now, I think, to be able to get through. The waterfall is just up there. I can just see it. We are just less than a mile away. See? Well, you can't really see it, but I'm proper shaking. That's such an adrenaline rush. That was unreal. I love driving. And when I've been driving for years and years and years like I have done, it gets boring. So anything that's sort of challenging, it just drives me wild. That was amazing. Look at that little black lamb. That's so cute. But that's the waterfall up there that we've come to see. So I'm going to take a little hike up there. But there's a sign there covered in stickers. There's a big queue of Instagrammers, I can't talk, climbing up the waterfall at the minute. So I'm going to let them do their thing. And then I'll have a coffee, calm myself down a little bit, because I am proper buzzing. And then, do you know what? I might actually spend the night up here tonight. There's no phone signal at all. But I do have Wi-Fi signal with my Maxview 4x4 5G. So I'm tempted to stay here. There's two Wainwrights directly over there. A short walk up. Looks like a bit of a muddy path. So if my legs are okay in the morning or even tonight, I might have a little plod up there. I bet the sunset looks amazing from up there. So that's an option. I'm going to take you over and see the waterfall after I've had my coffee. Just look at that for a waterfall. How cool is that? Let's go up there and have a look. My legs just don't want to work anymore. Oh, then again, turn around and have a look down the valley. That's beautiful. That is actually quite cool. I am so happy I managed to grow a pair of balls big enough to drive that road down there. Got a much better view of the other two Wainwrights that are up there as well. And they look steep and quite horrendous, but only short. Maybe that's a plan for the morning. I'm not about to do any scrambling over this shiny rock. There's a little pathway just here. Let's see if this will take us anywhere. Oh, maybe just a little viewpoint. Oh, there you go. Sweet. That's well nice. Yeah, I'm happy to camp here tonight. No cars are going to be going stupidly fast because there's a big hill coming up to the park up and a big hill going down the other side. So no cars are going to be flying around here. That walk only took around about 5 minutes. Let's go for a little wander and see if we can see what we see. That is an absolutely stunning view. So I'm wondering what the view looks like on the other side of the park up. Because obviously I never drove up that way. I've never drove down that way. But that'll be looking towards Buttermere. So I don't know, you'll have a load of the buttermere fowls up there. Well, that was the plan, to go down the other side and just have a little nosy. However, there's two people walking up on the fowls up there, and they were halfway down, like off path, and they were shouting something down, and I couldn't quite make out what it was. And then they've just sort of stumbled back onto the path. They've gone a bit further up the Wainwright, and then they started shouting again. And I can't make out what they're saying, so I'm just sort of chilling out by the van for a minute, keeping an eye, just making sure they're not in any trouble. Yeah, 20 minutes has passed and they've gone up over the summit. No more shouting, but that's the view. How cool is that? So this is actually going to be the very first time that I'm using the air fryer completely off grid. So be interesting to see how much battery it actually uses. Now obviously the air fryer takes an awful lot of power to actually heat up, but once it's heated up, you can see it all cooking inside. Once it's heated up, it turns the power off and just uses next to no power. So while I've just turned it on, let's have a little look and see how much power it's actually using. 1500 watts, 1500 kilowatts. No, sorry, 1.5 kilowatts, 1500 watts. There you go. It surprised me. It surprised me. So I've got a light on it and you can have a look inside. Everything in there is nearly cooked. If we go down to the battery bank just down here and have a look, it's used 3% of my battery bank. Yeah. An air fryer's a good shout. After eating an easy hot meal, we sat and watched the sunset all night. Sun's just setting down, the heating's on, I'm going to get the curtains closed, the thermal blinds are on, it's time for bed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I've literally just woke up, it's like 8:30 in the morning. It's killer. We've got the kettle on, we're going to have a coffee. Then go for a little plod up that Wainwright just there. I could really do with trying to find a shop today, but I can't really find one on Google Maps, so I'm hoping there's one down in Buttermere. Oh, sounds like the kettle's about to be boiled. Turn that off, lift that up, pour it straight into my cup. But check this out. So last night I cooked with the air fryer, I had 2 cups of coffee, I've had all my stuff randomly on charge and all this sort of stuff. And look at how many battery I've got left. Look at that. I've still got 93% left. Something tells me I went a bit overkill with the batteries. What do we think of the fit? Got about 2 hours until the rain starts coming down. So I'm going to get out now and get up high rig and then over to Arb Crag. The problem is it's going to take about just over an hour, maybe an hour and a half to get right the way over to Arb Crag and then get back. So it might start raining on the way back. It's dead windy outside, so up on the falls it's going to be even more windy, hence the rig. My legs are completely ruined, but I'm going to get up these hills, get back down, have some breakfast, head down a really, really gnarly drive down towards Buttermere. I need to find a shop, like a newsagent's or something like that. And I don't think there's one in Buttermere, but yet the next one that's available is about 5 mile, well, no, it's about 8 mile, down another mountain pass road. And I don't really want to be doing that. I don't know, I'm hoping there's something I can get in Buttermere. Don't like the look of that cloud, or that road that just swivels there and goes straight down, or the clouds up there. Just look at the road right on the edge of the cliff area there. That's the road I've got to drive down to go to Buttermere. You can see me parked up there. There's a really steep, nasty turn just where that car is now. But then it's all downhill. You wouldn't want your brakes to fade at that corner just there, would you? Because that'll mean, yeah, splat. There's high rig. There's death. High rig. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. And there's our crack. I'm rushing because I want to get down before the weather. Oh, I can see the van again. Yay! Looks like I might beat the weather. It does look like it's coming over quite brutal over there. And it's coming our way quick. And I'm about to like sit down in the driver's seat, turn the engine on, warm everything up in the engine to be able to attack that big steep. Yeah, I need to warm stuff up before I do that. But I want to feed the birds me bird pellet. It's what I do everywhere. But I don't know whether I should do it here. Solely because there's sheep absolutely everywhere. I mean, this is basically what they call suet pellets. So it's basically like crushed bird seed and lard and just random bits and bobs in it. But it's all good for the birds. But I don't know if it's good for the sheep. No, if there's a possibility it's going to do any damage to the sheep, I'm not going to do it. But what I am going to do is try and find a shop to be able to pick up some proper bird seed or some wildflower seeds or something to be able to spread around. What a park up. I'm definitely keeping this one in the book of good things to do. All right, let's go. This corner is the steep one that I've been looking at that I'm being like, oh Jesus, that really is a bad one. But if I take it nice and slow, then I should be fine. Nice and slow, 13 mile an hour. We're right on the edge of the cliff. Oh, this is like proper sketchy. Why is that car in front stopped? Shall I stop here? There's a lay-by on my right-hand side. 25% gradient going down the other side. I'd hate to be the cars coming up this other side, especially with a GTR like that. Jesus. I wouldn't like to be on that edge in that car. Screw that. One slight move and the brakes go here and boom, I'm off the cliff. Past the worst bit of it, there's a couple of cars coming up the other side. I don't know, I'm not showing it that well, but believe me, this was one adrenaline filled road. I absolutely loved it. Oh my god, it looks mega busy. I don't like the fact that it looks so busy. Jesus, all these parked cars. Well, that's my parking space just there on the right hand side that I wanted to use because it's bigger and I can't park there. Right, what can I do? I don't know what to do. Do you know what? Let's head down towards Cockermouth because I need a shop. So we turn off the Newlands, pass onto the Honister. Now that is a beautiful park up. We're on a big gravel area. There's loads of sheep kicking around, loads of mountains. It's perfect. Won't be stopping here though because I need to go to a shop to pick up some few bits and pieces. Some plasters because I've run out of plasters for me blisters, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I'm trying to think of what to do. The nearest place to the shop that I need to go to is down in Cockermouth. It's about a 25-minute drive. So I'm just going to make my way down there, bite the bullet and shoot down there. But then try and think of what I can do after that because I've got so many options. Why not go round to Wastwater? Why not go to the seaside? Why not come back up and go back into the mountains? I swear one day I'm going to learn. Never go into a shop when you're hungry. Sausage rolls, some cake thingies, big bag of crisps, some Maltesers. No wonder I'm fat. After a short drive from Cockermouth over towards Batham, we decided to pull over. In a random lay-by on the side of the A66 just to try and figure out what to do next, because I wasn't really expecting going to Cockermouth. But while I'm down here, I thought, you know what, why not go to Winlatter Forest? It's something that's been on the list for a while, so let's go for a little forest adventure shot.
And once again, we're on another mountain pass, the Winlatter Pass.
I'm low-key hoping to find a little park up around here tonight. How nice would it be to have a little forestry park up? I had to pull into this lay-by to show you this view of Bathonway. How cool is that?
I found this cool little park up just down the road from the actual visitor centre at Winlatter Forest, I think it was called. There's a little circular walk on the map, so I'm just going to go for a little plod. I had a notification on my phone to say the rain is starting in 20 minutes, and this rain's not going to stop for 2 weeks, so I want to sort of get the most of it before I've got to get back to the van, find somewhere to park up for the night, and get a load of work done. Looks like a Tasmanian devil's gone tearing through it, ripped up a load of trees, even snapped a few of them. I wonder if we'll see any deer. I love deer. You can definitely tell it's a man-made forest because all the trees are perfectly in line. You sort of get to the next one, big gap going all the way up. Next one, big gap going all the way up. This is part of the whole forestry commission, so they plant a load of trees. For every tree they cut down, they plant 3 more. Let them grow up to be mature like this, and so we can have things, little luxuries like toilet paper and stuff like that. Destroying all these animals' habitats just so we can have toilet paper. And that's why recycling is so important these days. Well, I was right, it's just started to rain, just a little bit. Let me tell you more about why recycling is so important. For every tree they cut down, they replant another 3. That's to give them a bigger yield when they come to cut down the next group of trees. But that also destroys all the habitat from the animals that are living in there. I used to work for a trucking firm, and we used to do bulk deliveries. Basically, you used to go to your local tip, pick up all that recycled wood, all your IKEA furniture, the pallets, everything that got chucked into the tip. We used to take it to a processing plant. We used to grind up all that waste wood and turn it into dust. Then we'd take that waste dust wood down to a local power station in Sheffield, Eon. They used to burn it to give you guys energy. The more we can recycle, like taking stuff to the tip, the less of this gets cut down. So while you sat there thinking about what I've just said, because it is quite eye-opening, hit that subscribe button. Wow, just have a look at that. I mean, it is a gorgeous view, but the deforestation as well. What? You can even see it like up on Skiddaw below that tree line as well. All the birds and everything. From my knowledge, it's not 100%, this might not be right, but they leave it to just degrade down like this. All the bugs, the insects that are all in the soil, munch on all the stuff that's left over. Break it all down into the soil, refertilises the soil, the bugs poop does it, and all the composting matter. And then once it's all broken down after a couple of years, they can replant more trees, and the ground is now at a better stand to grow better trees. But then again, keep in mind, all this deforested area is still a habitat for animals. More so because you've got all the bugs, the insects, the lizards, the snakes. Everything is living in there, which provides an absolute array of food source for all the birds, the deers. So basically, this is now the feeding ground and living ground for some. I could literally sit here listening to that water running down there, the birds singing away for days. Plus, that's a great excuse to be lazy too. Let's check out this bridge. Again, just put in by the Forestry Commission when they were actually doing all the forestry work here. And yeah, it's just a cool little river. I bet that water's really cold because it would have come from the fowls up the background there. That is cool. What about the other side? Ooh, oh, that looks like Narnia, that does. Ooh, we're back at the van. Quite gutted I didn't see a Bambi, to be fair.
I heard a little rumour, well no, I actually saw a Facebook post from the National Trust saying that this road that I'm on now is reopened. I've never driven down this road. I know it's a 6'6" road, but it's the one that goes around the back of Thelmere. So I thought, you know what, there's a couple of park-ups around there. I've always wanted to drive that road. Let's go down it. It is just a single track road like this. Oh, look at the doggy. I'll go extra slow past the doggy. Oh, let's go. Oh, that sucks. It was still closed, but there was no place there for me to turn around. So I've had to come into the United Utilities water treatment plant to be able to turn around. And there is actually, oh, there is a little spot here that I can turn around, hopefully. Might take a few turns to get it to turn around, but at least I'll be able to. Oh God, no I won't, I need to do a 4-point turn, 50-point turn. I'm a horrendous driver. I can park a coach or a truck absolutely perfectly. Get me to drive a little van or a car? No, I cannot. I can park a coach perfectly on a parallel parking, like get it inch perfect. try and get me to, oh, that was close. Trying to get me to parallel park a car, or even reverse park a car in Tesco. Can't do it. Just can't do it. Set the sat nav up again, and it's took me a different way in. So I've got to do that way. So the road is actually open by the look of it, but it was the entry road coming in from that way that was actually closed. So that goes over a tight little bridge. I wonder what's actually happened, why it's actually closed. It's been closed for a while because there was like proper bollards on it, big concrete things with old ratty signs. So it's been closed for a while. Oh, there's a little park up on the left. If I can't find anywhere, that's a potential spot. So this road's been closed along here for best part of 2 years, and that's all, well, no, even longer, 3 years. All through COVID it was closed because during the start of COVID there was a big landslide and it just totally wiped out the road. It took them a few years to clear it through obviously COVID problems and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see what's down here. It's right by the lake, so it should be quite nice if we can get a lakeside park up. There should be a little park up just round here on the left somewhere, and that's the one, that's as far as I've been down this road, solely because that's where I parked when I went and climbed up Ravens Crag. Vanlife looks wow nice on the left. There's that spot on the left I was just on about here. That's a good spot. It's big enough for me to fit in lengthways, and you've got the path up to Ravens Crag on the right. Just behind those trees there is Thelmere, but the other side than what everyone normally sees. How stunning is that? I've just pulled into this sort of car park. It's one of the famous ones around the lake, and it's right by the lake. First thing I did was go up to the pay and display machine and have a look. As always, no overnight occupying of vehicles. It's okay, there's a few pull-ins further around. I'll go for another drive around, but first I want to show you the lake. Just chucking it down, so I won't be out here for much longer. But I just find the rain is different when it's in the actual forest. It just smells nice. It is nice. It feels nice. Some crazy people, oh God, it's boggy and I've only got my trainers on. Some old people were just swimming in the lake. They were like in the 90s and stuff. It was proper awesome. Look how choppy it looks out there though. Oh, that's insane. Smells beautiful. Smell-o-vision. Just douche, look at that. Oh yes. That is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Oh, just look at that. It's a shame I can't park here for the night, but I understand it. Let's move on to the next spot. Join me on my tour of the Lake District, trying to find somewhere I can sleep and work tonight. There's a possible spot on Google Maps about 2 minutes down the road. There's a proper gnarly looking hill just on the way out of this car park, and I don't want to stop because I'll end up wheel spinning and it just won't be very good. But there's also a big dip. Can you see it on the camera right in the middle? I don't want to hit that either. I've got a front splitter and I'm a pansy now because I've got a front splitter with my big off-roading wheels on my front wheel drive 3.5 ton van that's got a snorkel. Right, I got up, I don't want to stop, don't want to stop, don't want to stop. Nothing's coming, nothing's coming. Yes, there we go. That's how we do that. Like a glove. Here we go. What's this? Oh, it's just a pull-in though. I was expecting like a bit of a viewway there. What's that sign say? No overnight parking or camping. That sign actually just states no campervans. It says no overnight caravans, no camping, no campervans allowed here. This spot is dedicated for tourists. What? I guess that's solely for that path just down there, and down there there's a load of cliffs and stuff towards the lake. So I'm going to have another look and see what's further down. There should be a third spot just down here on the left. There is one. Let's see if this one's got a no camping sign and stuff like that. Let's have a little look. Oh, this looks promising. This one looks very promising. Let's have a look. No, there's a sign. Damn it. Or at least I think that's what the sign said. I think they've just replicated the sign and stuck it in all the little places. There you go. No overnight caravans, camping or campervans allowed. I have a feeling they've just done it to the whole area all the way around Thelmere. To be fair though, this is the reason why I came down here. I've not drove this road. I wanted to check it out. Now I've pretty much checked it out. To be fair, I'm only halfway around the lake, so I'll keep going around, find a few more spots and see what it's all about. So off I went, not really bothering to pull into any of the laybys because I know they're all going to be exactly the same. It wasn't long though before we found a rather promising looking car park. Let's go and check this one. We'll know what's going to happen with this one, but it's not really
that picturesque or anything, so it might be better. There is a sign that says pay and display, so I'm assuming there's the pay and display machine, and there's always rules and regulations and stuff right next to the pay and display machine, and there they are. Let's have a little look. There you go. No camping or overnight occupying of vehicles. Typical. Hold on. This car park is chargeable between those. Does that mean the regulations don't apply after 9 PM? I mean, I'm not going to risk it, but that's a general question. Let me know in the comments. I decided to sack off my lake view spots that I was hoping for and come to a river spot down near Ambleside. With non-stop rain forecast for the next 24 hours, I'm going to chill out for the night, do some editing, catch up on some emails. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Peace out, guys.